Good evening, Doctor. Welcome to this second episode of Conversation on Corporate Ashram platform. I read your book and extremely impressed and happy with the way it has come out. I reached this chapter where the first quote that is written is, I read it, our body is a wonderful creation of God. It has all the software pre-embedded, pre-installed, which can be used to robot ourselves whenever in need. Only you have to be literate enough to operate this machine called human body.
It's true.
Why do you think it is necessary for us to understand the human biology?
Okay, this is to answer this, I'll tell you that we all have read about biology till certain standard, if I'm not wrong. And what happened? And with that little knowledge, and we have created our own belief system around that. And as a doctor also, what happened? As a doctor also, we were taught certain things about human body. And with that knowledge, with the armamentarium of knowledge, you can say, we came forward, and I started my practice. And in the initial period of practice, I can say, when I was very young and I was energetic, and I used to operate patient left and right, and patient used to go home happily. And whenever I used to see all those results, I used to always feel that Dr. Mahapatra, you have got a wonderful and magical hand. I used to feel proud of that. But during those periods, I tell you, I'm talking about around 23, 24, 25 years back, I noticed something very unusual. I found that certain patients are recovering very fast. Like I've operated today, and tomorrow they are sitting. When I come to see them, they're sitting there and they're asking for food. There's a certain group of patients who were they stay for 3-4 days or for double or triple times the hospital stay. And some patient used to take long time. I used to ask a question, you can say, in fact, that I'm doing the same thing to the same person, same operation, same time, same disease, but the recovery time is so different. And maybe that was the time when I started asking questions to myself. And I was looking for the answer in my own biology book, in my medical books, but I was not getting the answer there. And I was searching for the answer. And luckily, during that period, I came across a book called Biology of Belief, written by a cell biologist called Bruce Lipton. And I was going through the book, and the more I went deep inside it, I was thinking as if I got the answer which I was looking for since last so many years. And that made me to do more and more work and to learn more about our cells. And that is called, and by that time when I started reading about this new biological research and the results, I found that the biology which we read was different. And now the biology is something different. It has been known as new biology. Yeah, that it was 2003 or 4, I think, I don't remember. But that was the time I started looking in that new angle. The new biology was empowering us that you have the power, our cell has got the power, and we are the people who are making our cells healthy or unhealthy. This was something like that. And that changed my outlook towards the whole system called body and mind.
Okay, I remember you have also mentioned one line in the book which said, to understand the human body, we have to understand the function of our own cells. Now that sounds complicated, you'll have to ease it off. But
I'll make it very easy for you people, what happened. To know that we also know that we are made up of around 80 to 90 trillions of cells. And each and every cells are intelligent. And they are more intelligent than us. That is the thing which now the question, you must be asking me the question. How come our cell is more intelligent than us? Yes or no? To know that, we have to go a little bit to our history. I will take you people 750 billion years back. If we start our journey, and little bit of, because this is not boring, this is everybody should know. that 750 billion years ago, this whole earth was inhabited by that is called single cell protozoas. That is called
The single cellular.
unicellular organisms, and they were in the earth on the earth for around 250 billion years. Only organism with the unicellular. But after that, something happened. There was some climatic change happened, and that made this. They found it very difficult to survive. So at that time, what they did, they started coming together and started staying in a colony. So tens and thousands and tens of thousands and of this unicellular organism, they started living together, and they found that when they were staying together, they are withstanding the outside changes. Fine. So now they thought, okay, if we are staying in tens and thousands, we are better off. We are withstanding the what's happening outside, the natural changes which is happening. So now these cells, they said, no, let us make it like colony and stay. So they become intelligent and they started forming colonies. And that was the beginning of multicellular organisms like which we are. Now these multicellular organisms, they started living in tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands. They started together, and that multicellular organism started, like initially the plant kingdom started, then human being. We are
the most evolved.
We started evolving from that, and during that period, what happened? Few of the cells, they decided we will not do anything else. Only will do one job. This is called division of labor. So division of labor started in between during their process of development. So few of the cells, they thought, no, we will only see that the nutrient will be reaching to every part of our colony. So they become a circulatory system. Fine. Then few of the cells decided, no, we will be only responsible for the awareness of the environment. They become our nervous system. Like every organ you see today, they are nothing but those group of cells who decided to do something different. So ultimately, with that evolution process, everybody becomes so intelligent, started doing their own work. And we started evolving, human beings started evolving. And what are we today? The cells which we are having today in our body, it is nothing but the same cells with an evolutionary intelligence of 750 billions of years. Can you imagine? Fine. So that is the reason I tell you, I'll give you example. I'll tell the truth that God has not given us the power to control our heart. Do you have? Can you control your heart? No. Can you control your brain? No. Can you control your liver? Do you have control over our respiration? Nothing. We don't have it. All the important organs of our body are governed by themselves. The cells themselves manage the whole soul. And only what they need the things which they want, and we have to provide them the things. So that's the reason they are so intelligent and they are so powerful. Whatever abuse we do to our body, they try to bring them back to the normalcy, and we call it a homeostasis mechanism. Okay. But we human beings and we people, we always do something to harm ourselves, and that's happening, and that is the reason why we say remaining healthy is not. That's why I told you, we should understand what's happening inside, what they want, and for knowing that you have to little bit learn about them.
And that gives me an impression, or maybe not an impression, but an understanding that yes, there is an intelligent mind which is inside us. And now that you're saying that every cell is intelligent, so obviously it might be having an intelligent mind. Now I remember this line as well, where you have written that we are not a mind-body phenomenon, but a body of minds.
Exactly.
That's philosophically, biologically very interesting. So throw light on that.
Okay, I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you from the beginning. Before coming to that answer, let me give you one more information. That each one of our cells does everything what we do. Each cell has got a nervous system. Each cell has got a digestive system. Each cell has got a circulatory system, which we have. Each cell has got a respiratory system. Everything is there. So you can say a cell is a miniature human being. Fine. It has got everything what we have. It's a miniature human being. So now you think of your 70 trillions of cells, and they all are intelligent enough. They do all the functions which we do. So now what are you? Are you a mind-body phenomena, or you are a body of minds? Because each cell has got its own mind. So we are a body of minds. Each cell has got the capability to receive information, analyze the information, and send the appropriate signal to the appropriate place in the appropriate time. They are so intelligent.
That's something.
Yes, you should know that.
Okay. So while we are talking about this, that means clearly that we are a result of the collective thinking of the cells.
Yes, collective consciousness of cells.
Collective consciousness of the
Yes,
cells.
that is
So you have also mentioned human machinery.
Yes.
Why do you say that we are a collective consciousness of the cells? Then again, at the same time, you're calling it as a human machinery.
Okay,
That
I'll explain you in a very layman terms.
Yeah.
You should love it. Suppose you want to, because this is you agree with me that we are this human body is a wonderful machine, and there is no other machine can compare with us.
Absolutely.
Whatever we may progress to X, Y, Z, wherever we progress, but we cannot create a human being. Right? So it's God has created the human machine. Now, how come this machine works? What are the different parts of it? So you have to understand that. So let me take you to a journey. Let me make you a small, or I can say cytonaut. I call it cytonaut because the astronaut goes and they explore the space. So I'll make you a small cytonaut and leave you inside your body. So suppose you enter into your body. Think of it. Just close your eyes and think of it.
Yeah.
Fine. You make it like that. You are entering into what are you going to see in that world, in that universe? Because this is the universe by itself. Absolutely. So what happens when you enter into the? I'll put you inside the cell. You will find a beautiful world there. The moment you enter, you will find a hissing sound. You will find that some like generators are there. Fine. So you'll find that there is a generator. There are multiple generators are there, and they're working with that sound. Hissing sound is coming out. Though you'll find what is this generator? This generator, we have generators in our body which produces energy. That is called mitochondria. See, we have generators. Now a generator, when it produces energy, it has to store somewhere. We have to have transformers.
Right.
Fine. And we have transformers in our body, and these which stores energy. These are called ATPs. ATPs are adenosine triphosphate. These are energy molecules. Whenever the energy will be formed from the generator, they will go and get stored in the ATP. They're reusable energy. They're rechargeable batteries, you can say.
Okay.
Fine. They will go and get stored in there. And whenever the energy is required, this ATP will release that energy to that particular place, and it will again become ADP. And again, it will go and get the energy. Again, energy will form. It will get stored. So it will recycle. Just like we have reusable batteries, we have millions of rechargeable batteries inside the ATP. Like suppose you got a factory now. You have suppose the generator is there. Generator should have a purpose. Its purpose is supply energy to the factory. We have factory called ribosomes, which produces the proteins which we require. Like you must not be knowing, we are made up of we are protein machines. Everything you talk is a protein in our body. Fine. So and those things have got a certain life. So that has to create the proteins in a regular basis. So we need factories. Every cell has got factory called ribosomes.
Okay.
Fine. They produces the necessary proteins required. So the enzyme is a protein. Our cells has got a protein wall. Everything you need in the body are proteins. Muscle has got proteins everywhere. We are protein machines. That I will talk sometime later on.
Yeah.
Fine. And now you have a thing. Now every factory produces a lot of debris, waste. So to see such a beautiful place, to eliminate this byproduct of the factory, we have lysosomes. Like they have wonderful bags. So whatever created in the waste material, they will be taken away from that cells by that. So like this, and we have worker molecules called proteins. Proteins are the worker molecules. They are molecules which work, which build up us, and there are proteins are there. So when you go there, you will find everything is there to manage the soul. So I call this a human machine. Fine. And there are, like suppose we want to send one information from one place to another place. Like something I see, but the information goes to the other place immediately within a fraction of seconds. We have neurotransmitters. These are inside the cells. In that matrix, everything. So it's basically our body is a matrix where this information travels in all the direction and in appropriate direction, in appropriate time, for the appropriate stimulus. So it is a wonderful machine which we cannot create, but our responsibility is to keep that machine intact. We have to provide them the only and only thing which requires them the energy they want and to make them function normally. So if our cell function normally, that means our cells are in sync. When we call it, we are in normal health when our cells are in sync with the nature, when they are functioning normally, functioning properly. When there is an imbalance, when there is imbalance, so our cells become disease and disease creeps into us. So our whole aim in our life has to give the appropriate things to our cells. Our cell doesn't require many things; it requires the energy and the fuel for its survival. What is the fuel of its survival? For its functioning, we need oxygen, which we inhale. There are two things only. There's nothing. They don't need big things. They need, one is the oxygen, which is one, and the nutrients through our food. When these nutrients they are broken down in our stomach, and they are being converted into molecules, like carbon, hydrogen, all these things. And with these nutrients and this oxygen, when they enter in a factory, and this energy gets generated, and our required proteins are being formed. This simple mechanism. So we need oxygen and the nutrients which we take to we take it as a food. So food, when it goes down to the stomach, it breaks down to the molecules, and these molecules are nutrients. It's macronutrients and macronutrients. And when they go to the cells with the oxygen, our cell creates the energy and the necessary things for its functioning. And so once we provide these two things, see, nothing more. It doesn't require more. And our cells become healthy. And once our cells become healthy, we are bound to be healthy. You have to understand this. It's very simple to remain healthy, because everything is, God has given us everything to keep us healthy, not to take all of us towards disease. We create the disease because we don't give them the things which they want. So if you understand this mechanism, or you understand your biology, I think you will be empowered with the knowledge and the energy to keep yourself.
Yes, that's a fantastic introspection, I would say, or maybe enlightened thoughts that you actually gave. But I remember of our conversations previous to this, you also did mention about the power of the right conditioning that we want to give to ourselves, which comes in the form of thoughts, because the food also is a part. The thought is also a part of the food. So maybe that we would like to have a detailed discussion on that as well.
Yes, we'll do gradually when we talk about all the this whole book is about all the systems. Fine. So today when we discuss about I'm basically giving importance to the cell, because we have to understand what your biology is talking about. But we all are different. We look different, but biologically we are the same. And our cells perceive the infection. What you are talking about, perception. Our perception creates our biology. I always say our biography decides our biology, because whatever the information is being given to our cells, informations are nothing but the stimulus, you can say. And according to the stimulus, our cells should behave. Right. So now question comes: how come our cells will perceive the information? How they are going to, whether it is good or bad. To know that, let me explain only a little bit about this. That we perceive the whole environment through our five senses only. Whatever we see, whatever we eat, whatever we hear, whatever we smell, and whatever we feel. Right? With these five senses, when the information goes into our, when we perceive the information, that enters to our brain. Fine. Or mind, you can say. When it goes to our mind, then it creates a state. State means either it's a resourceful state or it's an unresourceful state. Depending on the state of our mind, our physiology start changing because our behavior will be according to that. But if in a resourceful state, our behavior is different. In an unresourceful state, our behavior is different. So in that particular, according to the behavior, our body physiology starts changing. The moment our body physiology starts changing, then it sends our chemicals according to the physiological changes. Our chemicals are also changing. When I'm angry, my body chemicals are different. When I'm happy, my chemicals are different. We'll discuss in some other tech. But let me tell you one thing: these chemicals are you can say the information. They through them the information reaches to the cells because our cells has got the receptors. Receptors are nothing but just like in a computer. If we have to feed the information, so we have to type it to the keyboards.
Right.
So our cells has got the keyboards known as receptors. Once the information goes and touches there, that's like antenna. Once they come and the information shifts, that information goes to the cells and it travels directly into the cells and the information goes to the nucleus. Nucleus, you can say there is our office. I forgot to tell you. So we have an office, beautiful office where our different files are being kept. Like if you are in a big office, you see there are a lot of files are being kept in different places. So all the things happening in our body, for everything there is a file. That is in the form of a code.
Okay.
And the code lies in the DNA. These codes are known as genes. Right? So ultimately it comes to that there is, suppose for a good cell there is X gene, for a bad cell, cancer there is a Y genes. Fine. But we all have normal coding system when you are born. But because if the information is bad and it persistently the information goes wrong, this wrong information goes to the cells, a time comes, this coding, there is a change in the coding system. Once the coding system changes, a good cell becomes a cancer cell. And once that coding is wrong, whatever the code, this code will say, it will produce the same type of cells. Good code will produce good cells, bad code will produce bad cells. We have to understand that. So creating this good or bad, it depends on the information we are receiving or sending into the cells through our five senses. So this new biology is talking about that is called, we'll discuss in that when we discuss about the epigenetic life cycle. So your gene has got a covering called epigenome. So once that this information goes and have impact on this, then that will create the change. Can you understand?
Well, you have left me in that zone of the cell. You said just close your eyes and get into the cell. So I'm still there. But yes, these informations are definitely enlightening, so to say. So we carry on the discussions further to understand the cellular structure of a human body as we proceed ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And next time we'll discuss about the epigenome and how this cells changes ourselves and how come we have got the power to act upon this. Absolutely. We can change, we can change the bad cells, as we change the good cells to bad cells. So we have the power to change the bad cells to good cells if we work on them. So how we are going to work on them, we'll discuss in our next few episodes.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.